I'm gonna solar power my room up there for the next 7 days with these 3 solar generator setups, starting with this very cheap $300 setup and then working my way up to this powerful $1,500 setup. By day 7, I wanna be running air conditioning, Wi-Fi, a mini fridge, the works. But today is day 1, so first I have to find out what I can solar power with just this tiny little setup. The power to the room has officially been cut. The lights don't work. Thankfully, we've got the skylight and the window, and I even covered up the AC vent in this room. So it is completely cut off from the grid. Oh my God, it is already starting to get a little hot in here. Outside, I have angled this setup's 100-watt solar panel towards the sun. The cable comes in through the window, it goes behind the bed, under the dresser, and it comes out right here. Then all I have to do is plug it into this setup's power station, which is called the EcoFlow River 3. And it should start solar charging. So the battery's starting at 69%. And this setup's cheap 100-watt solar panel is only solar charging it at a rate of 54 watts. That is not very good. All right, so the solar panel is charging the power station, but before I use this setup to run stuff, let's talk goals. My goals are simple. 1, get some work done because I have to work. 2, what is 2? Stay somewhat comfortable, which admittedly might be kind of hard. And 3, most importantly, use only solar power in this room for the next 7 days. All right, let's do this. To get some work done, I need my laptop, so I am going to plug this in to charge. Charging at a rate of 44 watts. To stay comfortable, AKA cool, I have limited options with this setup. I can't run my window AC unit because it uses too much power. It will overload the AC outlets on this power station. I could run this tower fan. It uses about 60 watts, but at that rate, it's probably gonna drain the battery before the day is up. So I have to go even smaller, which is why I picked up this USB desk fan. Oh my God, it is so cheap. Oh, it feels nice though. Ooh. One final thing I am doing is hotspotting to my phone. We will try to run a Wi-Fi router later on when we get to the more expensive setups. This room is actually our guest room / my office, but it uses more power than our actual bedroom, which is why I'm solar powering this one. So what that means is the solar setups just need to last until I'm done with work for the day. Time to get some work done. Okay, I am done with work for the day, and before I check the battery on the power station, I gotta say, day 1 was not easy. It was so hot in this room, and by 4 p.m., I had used 80% of my high-speed hotspot data for the month. So I just turned the Wi-Fi off on my laptop, and I did some offline editing work for the last hour or 2. Let's check the battery. 86%. Dang, okay. I'm in an okay position. I was hoping for more, frankly. I was hoping to fully charge it because tomorrow it is supposed to storm all afternoon. Welcome to day 2, and yep, it already rained. Today is the last day before we move up to the $600 setup, which I am very excited about. The rain, frankly, will complicate things because the solar panel is not gonna produce much power, but I do have a plan. If I ration my hotspot data, I should be able to do the work I need to do. The challenge, once again, will be staying comfortable. The rain and the clouds will definitely help, but I know this room and it will still get uncomfortably hot today. So the question is, what else could I run off of this $300 setup to help me stay cool today? Lights. That's because the main reason this room gets so hot, besides the crappy insulation, well, I just gave you a big old hint, the skylight. Now I can cover it with this makeshift cover I made about a year ago explicitly for this purpose. But now it's too dark to film. Hence the solution, lights. This is the lowest wattage lamp I have. It's an LED bulb, of course. So let's check the power station. Whoa, okay, 98%. So this charged up by 12%, I guess this morning before the rain came. And we're still getting 35 watts from the solar panel, which is great given how cloudy it is. The lamp is only using 5 watts, but I had to turn on the AC outlets in order to run it, which turns on the power station's inverter. That uses some power and you have some conversion losses. It's still pretty dim in here and I've got quite a bit of battery, so I'm gonna plug in another light. Oh, yes, nice, that is better. I also plugged in the fan and the laptop, so this is the full setup for today. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's using around 77 watts, and there's an estimated 7 hours of runtime, so hopefully this lasts me for the day. I mean, is this the dream work setup or what? All right, I gotta start working. I am done with day 2. The bad news is that I ran out of high-speed hotspot data, so no more hotspotting from here on out. I'll have to figure out something else. The good news is that this skylight cover worked so well because the sun came out this afternoon. It was sunny actually pretty much the entire afternoon, but this room stayed much, much cooler today. Okay, final battery check for the day, 36%. Okay, well, I maybe could have powered another device or two, but I met my goals for the day, and tomorrow I get a new setup. Welcome to day 3. It's currently sunny, but don't be fooled. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch. But yes, today I am moving up to the $600 solar generator setup. It has 200 watts of solar panels, and they're from Renogy, which in my opinion is a better brand, so they should have better power output than the very cheap eco-worthy panel I've been using. And the power station I'll be using is the Bluetti AC50B. Not only can it handle 200 watts of solar, it has roughly double the battery capacity and power output of the EcoFlow River 3. To stay within this power station's solar voltage limit, I'll have to wire these 2 solar panels in parallel using a pair of branch connectors. I'll connect both panels' positive wires to this branch connector and both panels' negative wires to the other branch connector. So now I have one positive connector and one negative connector for both solar panels. Let's plug in the solar panels and see how much power we get. The battery is at 48% currently. Dang, only 14 watts. In the time that it took me to film down there and then just bring my equipment up, the weather got way, way cloudier. And it's starting to rain already. Look at those raindrops on those panels. Now I am only getting 5 watts from the solar panels. Oh gosh. Keep in mind though that having a half full battery on this power station is kind of like having a full battery on the River 3. So I am still going to turn on the lights that I used yesterday. And I have no hotspot data today, so I'm plugging in this extension cord, which goes all the way downstairs to my Wi-Fi router and modem. I finally have high-speed Wi-Fi. And let's not forget everyone's favorite little desk fan. Everything's been running for about 30 minutes, so let's check the battery. Oh no, 35%. It says 75 watts output. The rain is keeping the room pretty cool today, so I'm gonna unplug the lights and uncover the skylight. Now it says 0 watts are being used. I know that's wrong because I know for a fact the Wi-Fi router and modem use a combined 7 watts. Some power stations just have trouble tracking really low wattage amounts. But that plus the AC outlets being on, I mean, this battery is still gonna be draining, so I will keep a close eye on it. Okay, made it through day 3 despite essentially 0 solar charging all day. Thankfully, it stayed cool up here. Final battery check for the day, 25%. I just had to get through today by conserving battery. I mean, hopefully it's a sunny day tomorrow, in which case we can see what else this $600 setup can run in. If I make it through tomorrow, then I'll be able to move up to the powerful $1,500 setup. Welcome to day 4. It's sunny. Not only that, but today is the last day before I move up to the $1,500 setup. So let's have some fun. Before I start running stuff off the power station, let's check the battery. Whoa, okay. So from the time it took me to eat, work out, and then just film outside, the power station has already charged up to 75%. We're getting 142 watts from the solar panels. So first I'm gonna plug in and start running and charging everything from the previous days, except for the lights, because it's not supposed to get too hot today. Now I'm gonna add not 1, but 2 more devices to run off the power station. The first is my monitor, so no more hunching over my laptop all day. And the second is this 12-volt mini fridge. so I can have some ice cold bevies later today. All right, let's get this thing turned on. There we go. And then for the fridge, I just take its 12-volt plug and plug it in to the 12-volt car socket on the power station. That beep means I got a mini fridge. Let's throw in some YouTube safe beverages to help me get some work done and stay comfortable. I feel like I'm slowly building a solar-powered man cave. Or maybe a man corner. With everything here running, plus the Wi-Fi router downstairs, the power station is up to 89%. We're getting 150 watts from solar, only using about 85. I may have to plug something else into this power station later today to use that excess solar power. Did a little reorganizing, and yes, it is becoming a cable management nightmare, but don't think for a second that that's gonna stop me from getting some work done. Check it out, 100%. What am I gonna do with that excess solar power? The man corner is expanding. A little power strip to give me some more outlets. All right, now this, this is what I'm talking about. We are finally using more power than we are bringing in from the solar panels, but we could run all this for 5.5 hours. And I mean, today is the last day with this setup. We gotta use some of that battery. I mean, I think today has been my favorite day yet, I gotta say. Final battery check for the day, 50%. So day 4 and this great little $600 setup here are in the books, and tomorrow is day 5, the day we bring out the $1,500 setup. It has 400 watts of solar panels, and the power station I'll be using is the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus, which has a 1 kilowatt hour battery, twice the AC 50Bs, and up to 1800 watts of continuous power output, which is 2.5 times the AC 50Bs. This setup even has adjustable mounts and a disconnect switch, and I made a full video about it if you want the full rundown, but I got a late start today because of an appointment, so I rushed to get the setup up and running. All right, I'm gonna plug in the solar panels. The ports on this power station are on the back. The battery's at 76%, and we are getting around 350 watts of solar coming in. That is a lot of power that I gotta put to use, so I'm gonna start plugging in everything from yesterday, the monitor, the Wi-Fi router, the 12-volt fridge, not the TV. I took that downstairs so we could watch a show, and I'll turn on these outlets. 81% already. Okay, I'm gonna have to run something else today. With all that sun we're getting today, this room is gonna get hot. As much as I love this little fan, I wanna upgrade to a bigger and better tower fan. Yeah, this feels better already. All right, with everything running, let's check the battery. 83%, about the same input and output. The clouds have been coming and going now. This is creeping up. So I will monitor this over the course of the day to see if I need to plug anything else in. Now we got some clouds rolling in. It says it's supposed to rain in a little bit. So what did we get up to on the battery? 95%, so close to 100. But hey, this power station has a big battery. I can still afford to run something else. And besides, I'm hitting a little mid-afternoon slump. My work's slowing down. Why don't we make some coffee? Cheers. When I started brewing, the battery was at 95%, and now it is at 90%. That is so many more coffees. I'm done with day 5. Maybe you can hear that rain. It started storming, so I put a light on at the end. Final battery check for the day, 79%. I'll be honest, y'all, at the end of the first 4 days, I just turned the power station off to conserve battery. But now we've got a mini fridge running, we have a Wi-Fi router running. I want those to run overnight. So I'm gonna leave those 2 things plugged in and running. Hopefully this power station lasts until tomorrow.
Day 6, it's cloudy. Let's see if the power station's still running.
Did the power station make it through the night? Yes, I see lights are on. Let's check. 24% battery left. You might be wondering, what used up 55% of this power station's battery? Was it mainly the Wi-Fi router? Was it mainly the mini fridge? Actually, it was mainly the power station's inverter, which runs when you turn on the AC outlets. In a previous video, I calculated this power station's inverter uses around 16 and a half watts idle power draw. I'm glad this power station lasted through the night, but it's supposed to be in a tricky spot. I don't have a lot of battery, 25%. It's supposed to be cloudy most of the day. So if I'm gonna make it through today on solar only and have the power station last until day 7, I'm gonna need to get creative. So definitely no window AC unit yet. It just uses way too much power. I was hoping today'd be the day we turn it on, but that'll have to wait until tomorrow. And no tower fan either. This also uses too much power. Fortunately, it is still cool in this room. I just got this meter in the other day. It says 70 degrees, which works out to 21 degrees Celsius, but it is humid, 62% humidity currently. The meter literally just says wet. It's just like, yeah, you're definitely wet right now. So because the feels like temperature is supposed to be a mix of the actual temperature and the humidity, rather than lower the actual temperature with the AC unit, I am gonna try to lower the humidity with this small dehumidifier. Let's see how much power this uses relative to that tower fan. Ooh, it only added around 20 watts, and I think the tower fan added around 40. I will monitor the humidity closely today to see if this little thing actually works for a small space like a room. If it does, maybe this is a really good use of power for staying comfortable. I gotta work now. Dehumidifier's been running for about an hour, and you can see the humidity level has dropped by about 2 to 3%. And look, there is actually a little bit of water in there. And the battery is at 37%. Oh, we got a break in the clouds right now. 340 watts coming in. Hopefully it doesn't make the room too hot. I'm gonna run to the gym for a little bit, but I'm curious to see how hot it will be, how humid, and how charged the battery will be when I get back. All right, back from the gym, check it. Yeah, my Audi definitely does muscle shows. Still sitting at a comfortable 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's I think around 22 degrees Celsius. 58% humidity. So this thing, it's actually kind of working. It's got a good bit of water in there. Maybe you can see. What's the battery at? 68%. Nice. All right, done with work for the day. Final numbers on the temperature and humidity. Now let's check the battery. 70%. In preparation for day 7, I am going to make a sacrifice tonight. I am going to turn off the AC outlets. So I will not have Wi-Fi tonight, and this dehumidifier will not be running. This is all in an effort to conserve battery because I just checked the weather for tomorrow and it is supposed to be hot. The hottest day yet. I'll need that battery to run the AC unit and everything else I want to run. Day 7. Whew. Not only is it supposed to be hot, it is supposed to be the hottest day of the year thus far. And to make matters worse, it is also supposed to be mostly cloudy. But I don't have to conserve battery today, so my plan is to meet my goals by any means necessary. So I wonder, how much did the fridge alone drain the battery last night? Oh, 64%. It has been solar charging for a bit this morning, but that is pretty good. And great, it's already 74 degrees in here, which I think works out to 23 degrees Celsius. Yep. But hey, we knew this was gonna happen. That's why I wear my tank today. Not because I'm going to a muscle show later. I'm prepared. Okay, we are finally getting a glimpse of what this setup can do. 73% battery, still pulling in close to 300 watts, only using around 100 with everything turned on. It says 2 hours until this battery is full. And we're gonna need all that battery for later because it is rather quickly warming up in here. I really hope these clear skies continue for the rest of the day. But for now, I'm comfortable enough with all the fans I got, so I'm gonna start working. The room has officially reached 78 degrees, and I'm starting to sweat. However, the battery is almost completely full, so I think it is finally time. We got the AC unit running, not a moment too soon, almost 79 degrees in here, 26 degrees Celsius. The battery is at 96%, still bringing in 250 watts from the solar panels, but look, 500 watts are being used now, and the battery has an estimated 3 hours. I've still got about 5 hours left of work today, so hopefully the battery lasts. The AC unit has been running for just 1 hour and the room is down to 71 degrees. Also, look at the humidity, 49%, but check the battery. 56%, and there's only 67 watts coming in from solar. The clouds just rolled in. So I'm actually gonna turn the AC unit off for an hour and we'll see how much the room warms up. This room is so frustrating. The AC unit has been off for an hour, just 1 hour, and the room is already back up to 79 degrees. I think this room officially has the worst insulation. All right, what's the battery at? Oh, okay, 61%. That's honestly better than I thought. I mean, we have been getting better sun today than I was expecting based on the forecast. I have a fair bit of battery left and only like a couple hours left of work. Screw it. Okay, I'm done. Final battery check. 2%.